Let's be honest. When you hear the first chapter of Matthew at Mass, or you open up your Bible and see a long list of names, you tend to check out. Abraham begot Isaac, Isaac begot Jacob, and after that we kind of tend to skim. But what if I told you that this boring genealogy is actually doing something quite brilliant? What if before Jesus even says a word, Matthew is already making a very, very bold argument? He's claiming that Jesus is the Messiah. To understand what's happening, what we need to do is understand his audience. You see, the Gospel of Matthew wasn't written for modern Christians, evangelicals, Protestants. It was written for the Jews, people who already believed in a few things. One, the promises of Abraham. Two, the royal line of King David. And three, the coming of a Messiah. So Matthew doesn't start with miracles. He starts with a simple thing, a legal document, a genealogy. Because if Jesus isn't in the line of David, he's simply not the Messiah. So right out of the gate, Matthew says, Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. See, that's not a throwaway line. That's a claim. He's saying, this is the one that you've been waiting for. So he traces the line from Abraham to David, the kings of Judah, exile, and eventually Joseph. Now here's the problem. Christians believe Jesus was born of a virgin. So how can he inherit the line of David? Through Joseph. Because in Jewish law, legal fatherhood still counts. You see, Joseph is the son of David, and when he takes Jesus as his own, Jesus legally inherits that royal line. So Matthew has already answered a major objection before it's even raised. But then something strange happens, something that would have jumped out immediately to a Jewish reader. Matthew includes women. And let me tell you something, that's not a normal thing. Ancient genealogies go solely through men, but Matthew names 4 women before Mary: Tamar, Rahab, Ruth, and then he mentions the wife of Uriah the Hittite, which is Bathsheba. But why? They're not random names. Each one comes with a story. You start with Tamar. Well, she's connected to deception and scandal. Rahab is a prostitute from Jericho, and Ruth, a foreigner who's not even Jewish. And then we have Bathsheba, who's linked to David's greatest sin. Matthew is not cleaning up the family tree. What he's actually doing is highlighting the mess, and that's intentional. Because right after this genealogy, we meet Mary, the mother of Jesus, a young woman who was pregnant before living with her husband. So from the outside, that looks like scandal. But Matthew has already prepared you. He's saying, look at Israel's history. God has worked through all of this. Messy situations, unexpected people, even scandal to bring about his plan. So if God could work through Tamar, through Rahab, through Ruth, even through Bathsheba, then why not through Mary? It's not a problem. It's a pattern. Matthew even structures the genealogy into 3 groups of 14, from Abraham to David, from David to the exile, from the exile to Christ. That middle moment, the exile, when everything seemed lost, when the line of David looked broken, God was still at work, quietly, patiently moving history toward this moment, toward Jesus. So, no, Matthew chapter 1 is not just a list of names. It's an argument, an apologetical argument. Before Jesus teaches, before he heals, before the resurrection, Matthew is already telling his audience, this here is the son of David. This is the fulfillment of the promise. This is the Messiah. And maybe the reason we skip the genealogy is because we don't realize what it's saying. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. If you've never paid attention to Matthew 1 before, go back, read it again, slowly, because hidden in that list of names is the story of how God keeps his promises, even through a messy situation.